Hey, welcome internets. It is time to D&D here on the Wily Hobbit Twitch channel. My name is Scott, also known as Wily Hobbit. Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. We're super stoked to continue our newest campaign on the community, and that would be Dragon of Icespire Peak. So we're playing some published content versus the homebrew. So welcome aboard. Our channel and our community is just all about some good gaming, having lots of fun in a safe environment. Just good D&D and RP. So let's go around the horn here real quick. And actually, before we do that, let me run down just some quick housekeeping. This is our hopefully pretty much regularly most Wednesday night game. We do have a game on Monday nights going right now. That's a Zweihander game that Sean Van Dam is DMing for a couple of us. It's just kind of dipping our toes into a really cool, dark, grim, and perilous RPG. And that's probably going to run 3 or 4 more Mondays. And then after that, we're going to start another new campaign. And we'll be kind of leaking out exciting information about that as it becomes available. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got another project that should result in another streamed game. And woo! Thank you for the bits. Which brings me to my next exciting announcement. We are a Twitch affiliate, so we are on some map somewhere of Twitch awesomeness. So thank you to all of our followers and viewers and subscribers to getting us going on that. As this channel grows and so forth, we will have ways of giving ourselves little rewards for gaining subs and bits. And I think with each 500 bits, we kind of talked about the idea of the party gaining an advantage die. So the party now has 2 of those, thanks to Ms. Shanalogic. So thank you for that little nugget. That's pretty cool. So
I'm gonna use them all.
I'll keep track. I'll have to get a little icon for the overlay, but you all have 2. We'll call them long bottom leaves. Just back to the whole Hobbiton Hobbit theme. If you recall, the tobacco they smoke in the Shire is South Farthing long bottom. So long bottom leaves. The party has 2 long bottom leaves. So all right, very good. You can choose to use those advantage dice before you make your roll, right? Decide whether or not you want to use those. So anybody that subs or anybody that donates 500 bits will activate that. So enough on the housekeeping side. Let's go around and meet our players. As you can see, we've got a couple of dark panels. We've got one poor person with the internet down, and then another poor person who's really feeling under the weather. So, but we are 6 parties strong, and we're going to run with the 4 that we have. And hey, there's another advantage die. Thank you, KY Hawkeye, for the bits. So 500 bits, we'll get another long bottom leaf for the party to use as an advantage. And there you have it. So thank you very much for that. Very generous and kind. Let's go around and then meet our players. Let's start in the bottom right corner. We're going to have you meet Lulu. So tell us what your character's all about, what level, class, race, all that cool stuff.
Hello, I'm Rebecca. I'm playing Lulu, the 2 foot tall kobold druid, level 1. Likes to cook and climb people.
Likes to cook. That's right. Yeah, Bryphon is your human cat tree. Yeah.
Yep.
Or actually half elven cat tree, as it were. Very good. So Lulu the kobold. Nice. Excellent. Let's go right to your, right beside you there with Shokali.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm playing Shokoli, the ASMR monk. They don't look human in the slightest. Very interesting one. Level 1 also. And today I'm also playing Ezra, the level 1 half-orc fighter.
Right. Ezra is normally played by Ms. Misery. Again, she's feeling under the weather. So thank you, Abby, for taking care of that. And Lulu, you're going to take care of Bryphon, correct, for Sabrina. So.
Yeah, I'm also playing. Got me off guard. Bryphon, the level 1 wood elf ranger.
Nice. Very good. All right, let's go to the upper row. Let's hit, let's not hit her, but let's talk to Shanalogic. Let's hear about Lark.
Hey everybody, Shanalogic across all the internet, as I already said, and I'm playing Lark, the level 1 changeling cleric, who technically the party hasn't met Lark yet. They've met a couple of Lark's personas, though. Just a few.
Yes, they have. All right. And last but certainly not least, let's meet Ethan.
Hey everybody, Chris. I'm playing. Well, first of all, I'm WikiVA on Discord and Twitch. My Twitter handle is below. I am playing Ethan. He is a first level human wizard. I thought of him today as sort of like a magic 8-ball. He's like a human magic 8-ball.
Yeah, yes, he is.
And he's just thrilled to be about to set forth on his first adventure.
Sure, everything will end
It'll
swimmingly. And so again,
distracted boyfriend, by the way.
So my name is Scott Wiley Hobbit. I'll be your dungeon master. And just a quick rundown of the house rules. If any of the characters, should we happen to have combat, it may happen, it may not, who knows. I think last session we had a total of 0 combat and about 3 die rolls. But if we do have combat and someone rolls a critical hit, natural 20 in other words, they would get maximum damage. So their maximum, let's say they use a d8 to calculate damage, they would get 8 plus their modifier. Then they get to roll their damage dice again. So pretty exciting that way. Imbibing a potion only takes a bonus action in our games, and the players can award each other inspiration. So each player has 1 inspiration they can award. And each player can hold a maximum of 2 inspirations. Inspirations are usable for re-rolls. So if you are in a tight spot, important situation, and you roll poorly, you can burn an inspiration if you have one to re-roll, and then obviously you would take whatever you get with that. So, is everybody ready? Should we do some D&D? Yeah. All right. Very good. So we will soldier on without our fallen sisters in role playing. So the last time we hung out, I'm going to try to do a couple of different little technological things just to make the game a little shinier and brighter and more graphically pleasing. We're in the village of Phandalin. And as such, last session, I'm just going to kind of drop that up there for everybody to see. Last session, the party met right here. If you can see my cursor, I think we got the cursor working now. It's a little small, but right here is the Stonehill Tavern, and they've kind of secured lodgings there. Ezralyn is now kind of the bouncer, and Lulu and Bryphon are both employed there. So Stonehill Tavern right there. The party kind of split up, and some of them went here to the Sprouting Tree Apothecary, which also doubles as the residence for Lulu, Bryphon, and their family. And Lark needed to pick up some spell components and other odd various things from that place. And then the whole party reconvened right here at the Town Master's Hall. And the reason for that is the job board, where quests and adventures and jobs of all sorts are posted for brave and strong and true heroes, like, for instance, the group we're dealing with now. So, and at that Town Master's Hall, they met a fellow by the name of Harbin Wester, the Town Master. And an interesting deal with that guy is he wouldn't come out of the Town Master's Hall for fear of a white dragon that happens to be rumored to be in the area and causing a bit of a stir, obviously, as white dragons will do. But because of the rumors of this dragon's existence, Harbin Wester would not come outside, but he did slip them their job quests under the door. And so the party elected to take both of the jobs. I'm going to post those. I'm going to post those. There we go. I'm just covering your lovely faces. But these are the job quests that the party has taken on. And so what I think I want to do is, I want to read that to you. Let's talk about the Dwarven Excavation Quest. Just read that in case it's tough to pick up off the screen or the party can't see it. But dwarf prospectors have found ancient dwarven ruins in the mountains southwest of Phandalin, and they have begun an archaeological dig for treasure and relics. Those dwarves need to be warned of the white dragon that it has moved into the area. So if the party can manage to find and warn the dwarven prospectors and then come back to Phandalin with proof of having done so, Harbin Wester will reward the party with 50 gold. The other quest that they're going on is the Umbrage Hill quest, or job, as it were. And this one, there's a local midwife that lives a few miles south of Phandalin in a stone windmill up on a hill. Her name is Adabra Gwyn. She is an acolyte of Shantae, one of the kind of the nature deities of Faerun. And we need to warn her as well. That's the job on this one. And the fear is that it's not safe for her to be up there alone, so they want to either get her to come back to Phandalin or somehow prove that they've spoken with her and she's indicated she's safe and comfortable up there. And if they can bring that proof back to Harbin Wester, they can claim a reward of 25 gold. So there's 75 gold out there, to be collected should the party be successful and live to complete the jobs. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to be dangerous, so that's totally cool. And so we're going to go ahead and pick up. We'll start our scene in Phandalin. It's mid-morning on 16 Flame Rule. That is one of the summer months. We're about 2 weeks away from midsummer holiday, midsummer. And that's where we will start things off. So it's mid-morning, about 10 a.m. The sun is shining brightly, warmly on your faces. It's a beautiful morning. Not a cloud in the sky in Phandalin. Take it away.
Well, does anyone need anything before we... I suppose we should go speak to this Gwyn midwife first. I assume she's closest. The mine might be a little farther away.
Sadabra, yeah.
Before we leave, Ezra must go to the blacksmith to have her weapon checked. We cannot leave before that is done.
Yes, just as I was about to say. Ezra needs to get her sword.
Oh, man, thank you for the sub there. And I believe, Ethan, you know that person who just subscribed probably using your money. Would that be fair to say?
I do know who that is.
Nice. Good job. Thank you, young man. Appreciate the support, buddy. Okay, so we are in Phandalin, and we are currently right here. Hopefully you can see my cursor. And so you're saying you would like to go see the smithy in town. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So you're looking for a place called Lion Shield Coster. And as luck would have it, it's right here. I don't know if everybody can see that, but it's like due west. You're here right now. This is the Townmaster Hall. Lion Shield Coster is due west. It's a big 2-story building. It looks like it's been added on to a couple of times. It also has a building out behind it. Oh man, a gifted sub to Chris. Thank you very much. Fellowship of the Tables. Looks like he's gifted
thanks.
a couple of subs. Oh, nice. Thank you very much, bud. So that also then adds 2 more advantage dice for a total of 4 long bottom leaves for the party to use.
All right.
So, hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted upon it. I'll tell you what. If anybody here wants to roll me a history check.
Sure.
I'll give it a go. Why not?
You can do that.
Maybe you'll know the significance of the lion shield.
Well, Ethan got a 13.
Lulu's 19.
Lark is, or Solana technically is a 16.
Holy is a 6, and Ezra is a 10.
And Brython's nat 20 plus 1.
Wow. So anybody over 13 knows that the lion shields are a group of merchants. There would be a difference between the two things right there. A group of merchants, merchant company based in Yartar, which is like 100 miles east of Phandalin. And they've got several different trading posts and the like positioned in and around the Sword Coast. And so that is kind of the source of that. And if you recall, you were referred to a human woman, mid-30s, named Lenine Greywind. She's the proprietor there.
All right.
Well, I say we go in.
Yeah, that's
Obviously.
probably a good idea. I've had dealings with these merchants before. They're usually very straightforward folk, so this should be simple.
I hope so.
Unless your sword is catastrophically damaged. Why do we need to get it checked?
Sword may well be damaged. We must get it
Ethan.
checked. The longer we wait.
Ethan
I
said,
certainly don't want my first adventure with my new traveling companion to be my last.
Sure. Ethan said it might be damaged.
I have foreseen it.
He foresaw it, so get it checked, I guess.
You were wise, my friend Ezra. Very wise.
Okay.
Never
right.
felt so deeply unsettled.
Nice. So are you going to proceed then to enter the Lion Shield Coster?
See.
Yes.
Okay. So you enter, and a piece of iron hanging above the door clanks against another piece of iron to denote your entrance. And you enter a shop, and you smell the smell of a forge. You hear the tapping and pounding of what must be someone back there working in the forge. You can hear the bellows roar. You even saw, sparks and some smoke coming out two different chimneys that are on the building. So they must have multiple forges, but it smells and sounds like a smithy. Although the front of the house, you can't see the forges or anything. The front of the place is pretty neat and tidy. And standing talking to a gnome is what you would presume to be Lenine Greywind. She's in a chain shirt, leather trousers. She has a short sword at her side. There are racks of various weapons. Nothing too extravagant, short swords, long swords, maces, cudgels, spears, things of that nature. There's some chainmail. There's a few like breastplates, helms, a couple of warhammer, various armor and weapons that you might, assume to be typical of the area. And as the iron clanks against the other iron, she turns to see you and comes up and says, yes, may I help you? Kind of gruff.
I need to get my sword checked.
Oh, check for what?
Weaknesses, damage, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me see it.
I can show you exactly where you need to check.
Oh, okay, that'll be helpful. It will cost you 5 silver for me to look this over. And she's very kind of gruff. She's got very short hair. You can tell she's not just the front of the house manager. You could tell by her grip on her. She kind of puts her hand on the pommel of her sword. Very, very strong individual here you're dealing with. Why don't we bring it up here to the counter, and we'll have a look at it. And like I said, can you pay the 2 silver?
I thought you said 5 silver.
Did I say 5? I meant 5. That's exactly what I meant. 5 silver.
How much to check 2 swords?
I'll tell you what. You tell me this. What are you doing in Phandalin? And she looks at you rather suspiciously.
I'm here to do work and set up a guard garrison, I believe.
A guard garrison. Where are you from? She looks you over up and down, Ezra.
I don't know.
I think Ezralin's from Neverwinter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I think I recall that.
Yeah.
From Neverwinter.
I see. So are you all staying in town, passing through? And Then she realizes she sees Bryphon and Lulu and kind of gives him a side eyes him a little bit, like, she recognizes you.
Hello.
Yes, Lulu.
I
Hello.
think roughly half and half.
Okay. So you're here for work. What are the rest of you here for?
Oh, well, I'm here for anthropological studies.
What's that mean?
I like people.
Okay, well, I don't. Very nice. And what about you, boy?
Oh, I'm just here to here and not the other places. I'm the new mystic in town. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Nope. Definitely haven't.
You may.
Yeah, no, pretty sure I haven't. Mystic. Don't have much need for mystics, right? Okay, well, let's see the blades then. I guess that's all right. Let's tell you what. Since you got Lulu and Bryphon with you, and I'm sure they'll vouch for you. And Lulu and Bryphon, you both know that this woman's typically kind of suspicious. And you know that if she had any sense at all that you meant to bring harm to Phandalin, she would not deal with you. Right? She's always just, gruff and kind of keeps people at arm's length. But so bring the blades up to the table up here, and she takes you up to a metal table near the back of the kind of the showroom, if you will. And she unfolds some cloth so that you can lay them on the table without scratching or dulling the blades. And she says, "Have put them out here and let's have a look." And that'll be 8 silver instead of 5, since we're doing 2 blades. I'll give you a deal.
Okay, then I put down a great sword and a short sword. No, long sword.
Okay. So, you there, boy, what, you said you know right where I should be looking?
Yes, I know exactly where you should look. And he'll reach over to the great sword, and he'll trace the portion of the blade that he saw snap. Exactly where he saw it snap, he'll trace it with his finger. I believe there's some sort of weakness. It may be difficult to detect.
Oh, okay.
There's a weakness.
She kind of scowls at you, like, really? Do you know who you're dealing with here? All right, let me have a look at this. And she picks it up and looks down the blade. She pulls out what looks like one of those jewelers. I forget what they call those, but they go in their eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. So she looks at the blade very, very carefully. Kind of rubs her chin. Turns it over. Looks around. Hunter, come out here! She yells real gruff. And, in a twinkling, a gnome, the gnome she was talking to earlier, kind of comes back through the door. Have a look at this. See what you think. Oh, right away. Very good. Yeah. He gets out one of those little things, and you can see him turn it over. They've both looked down the blade, both on the edge and on the flat. Yeah, nothing here. Looks really good. Looks solid. Yeah. And he flexes it a little bit, and he flexes in various places all the way down the blade. And she also then takes it back and kind of flexes it against a table to see that it, and she does that while looking over it. Yeah, there's no sign of cracking or anything. This is a fine blade right here. Very, very good work. I don't think you'll have any trouble with this at all. Give me that other one. She grabs it before you even have a chance to hand it to her. And they go back through the same process, looking at the short sword. It doesn't flex as much as the great sword, mostly because it's much shorter. Doesn't have the play in it that a great sword would have. No, this one's solid too. Good blades, both of them. Yeah. Did you get them up in Neverwinter?
Maybe.
Okay, fair enough. She kind of winks at you. I get it. I understand. Yeah, so, no, those blades look great. I don't think you're going to have any trouble with those. I'd put my reputation on it. She kind of stands there and folds her arms.
Well, your reputation probably precedes you, and I glare at Ethan.
I'm pleased that this isn't the blade that will cause your death.
Well, there's a bit of good news.
Fantastic. While we're here, how much to get a weapon sharpened?
Well, depends on the weapon. What you got there, lass?
And she reaches, Solana reaches behind her and pulls out a sickle. It's a little dull and a little grimy, so I was kind of hoping maybe I could get this touched up a bit.
A sickle? Boy, I don't see many of those. Yeah, sure. When do you need it done?
As soon as possible. We're apparently off on some sort of group adventure.
Oh, so right now, yeah, very good. That would be for instant, if you will. A gold piece would do it.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you what, if you have a dagger, I'll throw in a quick sharp on that for that same price.
Oh, well, and she lifts up her pant leg and pulls out like you see like the hilt of like three daggers in her boot and she pulls up one. This one's probably a little dull. Uh Here you go. I'll throw in 2 gold just because I really enjoy your smile.
All right.
That was a joke, by the way, because you're very gruff and
I
terrifying.
don't smile much, but I appreciate. See what you did there. Why don't you give us about 15 minutes, and we'll get these
Sure.
sharpened up for you. And
Let's
she
just peruse the shop then. I suppose.
very well. You can walk up and get a drink, whatever. I guess it is kind of early for that, but yeah, whatever you need. Give us about 15 minutes. And she holds the items back without even looking, and Hunter, her employee, grabs them and scuttles off into the back.
Nice.
All right. What would you like to do while they get those pieces sharpened? Is there anything else we can get for you?
Sunny outside?
I'm sorry?
Is it sunny outside?
Yes, quite.
Chicoli's going to stand outside. Is it... What time of day is it?
It's probably about 10:15 in the morning.
Okay, then Chicoli's going to stand outside and
Okay.
just sit, I suppose, in the sunlight.
Okay. It's it's not quite midsummer, so it's the sun is already high in the sky and it's pretty warm. It feels good on your face. It's a beautiful morning out, not a cloud in the sky. What would the rest of you like to do while Lark's weapons are being sharpened?
Salana's just gonna put around the shop, looking at the odds and ends and different weaponry, oohing and eyeing a bit as if she has no idea what any of them are really for.
Okay. I mean, they look like nice weapons. They're shiny. They look to be sharp and pointy. If you don't have a lot of background with that, um, they look like nice weapons. She kind of watches you, and then after a couple minutes of watching, maybe she's kind of making sure you're not going to cause any mischief. She goes back to what she was doing, looking at when you all came in. So, and you can hear various, pounding and tapping and forging sounds and the like in the back as you wait. And as promised, about 15 minutes later, the gnome comes back out with your scythe and your dagger. Or did you say it was a sickle?
Is it the same thing? Kind of like. No, yeah, scythe is like a longer thing, but sickle, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here you are.
Excellent.
So that'll
Thank
be
you.
1 gold, and you're good to go.
All right, here you are.
Thank you very much. She kind of bites it. All right. Anything else we can do for you today?
I'm not sure. Bryfin, Lulu, do you need anything before we head on out and do our jobs?
What was the shopkeeper's name?
Her name is Lenine.
Lulu will, while this has been going on, Lulu has dipped down into Bryfin's bag and pulled out some jerky, as per usual. And near the end, Miss Celine, want jerky Bryfin made yesterday?
No.
It's really tasty.
I'm sure it is, but thank you.
Fair enough. Just devours it right there.
She kind of shakes her head and looks at the gnome, and he kind of looks at her. They know you around town. Everybody they tolerate you because you're nice, but you're little and you get in the way. Kind of that's kind of how they treat you. Kind of thing.
Oh.
You know.
Notorious jerky devourer.
Yes. So will there be anything else?
Do you need anything, Ethan? What?
No, I require no weapons. I wouldn't even know how to use one if you handed me one.
Duly noted. Won't lend you any of my things.
That would be wise.
For many reasons. So, I suppose if everyone's business is attended to, we should set out to Adabra.
Okay. Yeah, so let me get a graphic of the map. Are you all watching the stream?
No, because there's a delay for me.
Okay.
So anytime you mention something, it takes like 5 minutes to.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I will go ahead and put the map up of the region. And that looks like it could do with being a little bigger, doesn't it? Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start us off down in here. Everybody see that all right? My little handy thing. So we are in Phandalin. Umbrage Hill is right up here where I'm pointing. Okay? And it's probably less than 2 hours, about 5 miles from Phandalin. And then the Dwarven Excavation is about 15 miles straight line from Phandalin down in here. Okay? If you go to Umbrage first, it's about 5 hours from here, and it's probably about 3.5 hours from Umbrage Hill to the excavation site. Okay? So any questions on that?
No.
All right.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Party, were you able to see the pointer?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
I had to pull up the little map on the phone.
I can help you with that. How about now?
Well, I can't. The Twitch stream, like me for Abby, is really
Yeah.
delayed, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
the
looking at the
way.
map.
Well, I'm using my cursor. So Phandalin's here.
I can see it now.
Yeah. Umbrage Hill is right down here. And then the Dwarven Excavation is here. So you're less than 2 hours to the windmill, Umbrage Hill, to Adabra. If you went straight here, it'd be about 5 hours, about 15 miles. From here, the Dwarven Excavation is about 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So making sense?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. So you'd like to go ahead and head out to Umbrage Hill?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. So, as I mentioned, it's a beautiful morning. It's close to 10:30 now, and so you would probably arrive at Umbrage Hill a little past midday, a little past noon. Okay, but like I said, it's a beautiful sunny day in the neighborhood, and so you wander out of Phandalin. And you're basically going to be skirting some hills to your east. And these are rolling hills. They're not super steep. But as the hills march south and eastward, you can see off in the distance the peaks of the Sword Mountains. Okay, beyond the hills. So the hills are kind of like the foothills. There's trees here and there. It's not forested, but there are some evergreens, cedars, pines. There are, hemlocks. There are also maples, aspens. Picture kind of Rocky Mountain area of Colorado as far as topography and what it looks like. And Phandalin actually sits in a grassy plain just, in the foot of those hills. And so it's grassland up against hills, and then hills eventually turn into mountains as you go southward and eastward. And you can see... as you're looking southward, the mountains are off in the distance in front of you, and they actually go from kind of west to southwest all the way around and wrap around to the east. So, and I can put that map back up there again. You're starting in Phandalin here, and Umbridge Hill is here. So these are the the foothills I'm talking about. Here's the Sword Mountains. That way, the dwarves will be down here. So make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Excellente. So, is everybody's on foot? Is that correct?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
So the straight line to Umbridge, there's actually a bit of a. You can tell people have been through here before. It's not just a complete sea of grass. There are some rocky outcroppings and things, but you could tell that this is a bit of a path. Lulu knows that Adabra is kind of the town cleric or healer. That's where you can get healing potions. And so, people go up there now and then, and she comes down to Phandalin. So you're not completely in wilderness as far as, you have a little trail you can follow. But it's not like a well-worn road, let's say. But the grass is kind of stepped down, and you have no problem heading southeast. Let's have some perception rolls, if we could, please.
Question, Marley.
Yep.
I know on 3.5, kobolds have problem with sunlight. Is that also the same in 5e? I'm not sure.
I'm going to say no, because you've been out of that for quite some time. You've been out of the caves for a couple of years now. So I would say when you first got started, that was probably a problem for you, but it's gotten better. You've gotten used to that.
Cool. So perception.
Yep. And just let me know how you did with your perception rolls.
Well, Lulu is a 6.
Ethan's a 7.
Okay.
And Bryson load. Not much better. 3 plus whatever.
Lark is a 16.
14 and a 4.
Okay. So, the 16. The other 5 of you are tromping along, minding your own business, enjoying, you're probably lost in your thoughts, probably not saying much. It's a beautiful morning. You can smell some of the trees. The grass is kind of to your right. The hills are starting to march up to your left, some rocky outcroppings here and there. Not a ton of trees, little copses. But Selena, you hear something in the grass. Maybe, it's hard to tell how far off, but you hear some kind of movement in the grass, maybe 20, 30 yards off into the grass, kind of ahead and to the right as you're walking along.
Everyone, small thing, very small. Don't draw too much attention to it, but I believe we have company. So just be on your guard. Try not to die.
Lulu's eyes are darting everywhere. She's like on guard like a dog.
Yeah, Lulu, you don't see anything because some of the grass is a little taller than you are. If I'm being
on
honest.
Bryson's shoulders?
Yeah, if I'm being honest. Oh, you're on Bryn's shoulders. Or Bryfon's
He
shoulders.
typically
Okay.
rides.
Okay. Yeah, so okay.
I still rolled like a 6 though, so I don't know what that does.
Yeah. Okay, but at least it doesn't make you shorter than the grass.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
For now.
Yeah, and Selena, you can hear this movement. It's still happening, and it sounds like it might be coming in your direction.
Well, I'm gonna pull out my sickle and my shield and just sort of get ready.
Yeah, and as you do that, you see some heads pop up, kind of in a almost a row off to your 1-2 o'clock in the grass, and there are these bird-like heads with these huge beaks on them, and they're all looking at you, and they're all coming towards you. And so I'm going to ask you all to roll initiative.
Oh dear.
I got a 7. I'm going to blame that on Billy because it just came into chat.
That's fair.
Yeah.
15 for Bry. Uh, 22 for Lulu.
Okay, what do we got, Lark? Or
7.
Selena?
13.
Okay, what'd you say, 7, Shokoli?
17 for Ezra. And natural 1 for Chokoli.
Shokoli, roll again, please.
Okay. Another natural 1.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Is fate.
Okay, so you've got 5 of these, and as they get closer, they kind of rise up to full height. And they're fairly tall. They look to be these large birds, long neck, big head, and then this huge beak. And they kind of snap their beaks together. It's kind of wedge shaped, and they don't look real friendly. And they are headed your direction. And so, Lulu, you have the first attack thing action in the first combat of our new game.
Oh boy. Okay.
No pressure.
Yeah, be kind. Yeah, my first time using the druid too. Okay. How far is the closest one to Bryson Lulu?
I'd say about 15 feet.
Okay.
And they're kind of flapping their wings and trying to look all menacing as they come at you.
All right. Okay. Um.
Thank you for that gifted sub, Andrew. So you got 5 advantage die now, 5 long bottom leaves to
All right.
dispose of.
Then the Lulu will go ahead and cast Fairy Fire
Okay.
on the closest one to her.
Okay.
It's a dex save of 12.
All right. So describe for me what happens when your spell goes off successfully, please.
So I would say she uses her spears like kind of like a staff, like a normal druid would. Concentrates her energy through that.
Cool.
Let's see. And
you actually caught 3 of them
nice.
in your range because it's a 20-foot cube.
Nice.
And
yeah.
And what was your DC?
Dex 12.
Okay, so it worked on 2 of them.
Okay. So at the tip of her spear, at the right tip of the blade, a burst of green firelight, and like expands and shoots towards them.
Okay.
Gets to them.
And then if memory serves, they are now outlined in that greenish light, correct?
Yeah. For a 10-foot radius.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, so they're shining kind of a dim light, which is hard to... It doesn't shine a lot of light in broad daylight, but they're definitely outlined. You can see them, and because of that, anyone attacking those 2 particular creatures now have advantage on that attack because of the outline of the fairy fire. And that'll last, up to a minute unless you lose concentration.
Okay. Then Lulu will stay put and trying her best to concentrate.
All right.
On Bryson's shoulder.
Very good. Anything else you want to do there?
I don't know quite how concentration works. With other like bonus attacks, bonus actions, stuff like that. So.
Okay, so if you were to be hit successfully in combat, you would have to roll a d20 and roll higher than 10, 10 or higher, to maintain concentration. And if you were to cast another concentration spell, it would end the one you're concentrating on.
Can't you move around if need be while doing it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you're supposed to stay put. This turn.
All right, Ezra.
Okay, so there are 5 bird
5
creatures around.
Yeah, think like kind of ostrichy, emu-y looking things, but with bigger heads and these huge wedge-shaped beaks that look pretty sharp and gnarly. Like you don't want any piece of that business right there.
Okay. She will take out her great sword and hit one of them. I suppose the one Lulu hit already.
Okay, so she will roll with advantage.
Okay.
And these things are making this awful squawking. You know, they're trying to flap. They're awkward. They're almost comical. If you weren't kind of like, oh my god, you'd kind of maybe laugh at them. They look so bizarre. Almost
25 to hit.
prehistoric. Hey, that'll do it.
Yeah. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 damage.
Okay, so describe for me how she dispatches the first of these outlined bird things.
She will just take the great sword and stab it through the chest.
Okay, yeah, and it just shrieks and squeals and poof, drops. And it's a big old bird. Yeah, more than a mouthful. Huge. Okay, anything else from Ezra Lynn?
Let's see. Does she have? Nope.
Okay,
Can't do anything else.
very good. Thank you for playing Ms. Misery's character. Next in initiative is Bryphon.
Yeah, about that. Sabrina did not equip her weapons, so I have no way to attack besides hitting things with my fist.
Okay, you have a. I know she has a longbow,
Yeah.
and let's put a short sword on her
Yeah,
for
and
now,
you
just
can,
for something.
You can go into her equipment list and click on the items, and it'll tell you at least the damage they're supposed to do.
Okay, there we go.
Actually, I think it shows you the bonus to damage as well.
Yeah. Okay, never mind then. False alarm. Okay, then she will pull out her longbow and strike towards the closest one.
Okay. Is she gonna fire at the other fairy fired one, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can attack with advantage for that.
Okay, 19 plus whatever it would be. I don't.
That'll work. That's a good hit.
This is a D8. Yeah. 8 plus 3, so 11 points of damage.
Okay, so this thing looks pretty awful. She, lops a wing off of it, and it's bleeding and squirting blood out, shrieking and running around. Doesn't look great. Anything else from Bryphon?
Sorry, blanked for a sec. No.
Okay. And these things, just again running at you out of the grass. Selena, you are up.
Dear, I suppose diplomacy is not an option with killer birds. She's going to cast Chill Touch on one of them.
Okay. Is that an attack or a save?
That is just an attack.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack roll using your spell attack bonus.
That is going to be a dirty 20.
Okay. I assume, there are 4 of them left. Are you attacking the one that Bryphon just wounded gravely that's outlined, or are you just going to start on a fresh one?
I'm going to start on a fresh one.
Okay, so there's no advantage on that attack. And what did you say your to hit was?
It was a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, that hits. Go ahead and describe how Chill Touch works when Selena casts a spell.
So basically, she fully hides behind her shield, and the shield is teardrop shaped, but in the center is this like metal closed orb. All of a sudden, the orb opens up, and it's an eye, and it just starts to glow this eerie dark matter like energy, and the same energy appears and forms a skeletal hand by this bird and just grabs it by the neck.
Oh.
Instilling necrotic damage of let's see, come on, stupid dice. 6 damage.
Okay. Very nice. And it, again, it shrieks and, some of the feathers rot away or the thing grabs it, like the neck, it's almost like sizzles from that necrotic. You can see the rot starting to extend outward from the hand as the hand grabs the throat of this bird. Anything else from Selena?
No, I think that will be it.
Very good. And it's, that thing is kicking and flopping. I mean, it is not liking that a whole lot at all. We are now to Ethan in the
Ooh.
in the order of initiative.
All right. Ethan is going to cast. So there were two that were fairy fire. One of them's down, right?
Correct.
And the other one's gravely wounded.
Yes.
And then there's the one that Solana just hit. That's wounded.
Correct.
I'm going to. I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it at the same one Solana just hit.
Okay. Fair enough. That's a save, correct? Not an attack.
No, it's an attack roll.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and do your thing.
All right. Oh, so I got a 10.
Does that include your attack bonus?
Includes everything I got.
Okay. So it goes whizzing by just very near, like you could tell the bird felt the cold, but you just narrowly missed.
Okay. That's all I got.
Okay. They advance, and I mean, these things are moving. You're kind of shocked at how quickly they can come through the grass, as tall and awkward looking as they are. And I've got 4 of them, so I'm just going to attack, one on each of you. Lulu, since you're on Bryfon's shoulders, I think it's going to kind of come after Bryfon. And then I'll just do high or low for Shokali and Ezralin. Ezralin's low. Okay, so it's going to attack Ezralin. So, first attack on Ezralin. I'm guessing an 8 does not hit.
Nope.
Okay. Attacking Shokali. Or excuse me, Selena. Does a 6 hit?
Nope.
Well, damn. Attacking Ethan. Does a 17 hit? Does. Hit the squishy mage. How does 9 damage sound?
That drops me. I'm down.
Down goes Ethan. Woo!
Yeah.
All right. And then one on, what did I say, Bryfon? Does a 7 hit Bryfon?
No.
Okay. That is their round. Shokali, you are the remaining party member who has yet to do anything in this combat. You just saw these birds rush in and, they just, almost like they're trying to fell trees with these beaks of theirs shaped like axes, right? And they're just coming at you guys. And you see Ethan take this huge slashing wound across his shoulder and it spurts blood and down he goes.
Okay. See, I'm going to attack the one that attacked Ethan with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
That is... Fuck. It's a natural 1.
Okay. That's a miss. Man, that's a bummer. And you say you used your quarterstaff, huh?
Yep.
Okay. You managed to hang on to it, no problem. Nothing drastically terrible happens. Anything else you want to do with your turn, Shokoli?
As a bonus action, I'm going to try attack the same one with my unarmed attack.
Yep. Welcome to Monktown.
Alright. That is 16 plus a bunch.
Yep, that's good. Good hit.
A bunch. My favorite ability modifier.
A bunch. 2 bunches for good measure.
Yes, okay, so that's just 8 damage.
Okay. So you feel your fist connect and snap the shoulder, the like the wing bone of the shoulder, and it squawks and tries to kind of kick at you as and snarls and so forth. Didn't like that too much. Okay. We're back to the top of the order. Lulu, what would you like to do, Miss Kobold?
Lulu will pull out her short bow, and is the other fairy fire one still up?
Yes, looking pretty bad.
She will Aim at that one
Okay. Very good.
with a 7.
Okay, yeah, so your arrow
Oh wait,
just...
advantage, right?
Oh, yes, you do have advantage
Okay,
because of fairy
never
fire.
mind.
Yeah, you're good.
About a 10.
Not quite. Your arrow just kind of clips right past it, just missing it, and disappears off into the grass. Anything else?
Uh, no, 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 no.
Okay. Very good. Ezra Lynn.
Okay. Are there still 4? Or
There are
4
4. 3 have been injured. 1 is uninjured.
more? Okay.
And they're just kicking up a dust and a ruckus. It's like, what the heck?
Okay. This is the wrong sheet.
Lulu, you can give me a nature check to see if you know what these are, given your druidness.
Okay.
I'm going to hit one of the injured ones with a great sword again.
Okay, the one that she was on, she did 6 damage to, I believe. And that one would be, like, right in her face.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you could just attack that one?
Let's attack that one. Let's see, what did I get? 13 to hit.
Okay.
Hits. Was that a hit?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Excellent. All right. 12 damage.
Okay. Describe for me how this one goes down.
Chop off the head.
Head comes off easily enough. Slice. It flies off into the grass, and down it goes. Bryphon is up.
Yes.
That was an 18 for the nature check for Lulu.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to type in chat what these are to you.
Okay.
The name of the creature. So what would Bryphon like to do with her attack? Her turn, I should say.
Once her sheet loads, I'll tell you. I don't know if she has any spells or not. I can't see anything.
I don't think as a first level ranger.
Okay,
I
then
don't
she'll
think they
just do another longbow attack.
Okay. Yeah, there's 1 unharmed and 2 harmed left.
Okay, the unharmed one.
Very good.
16 plus whatever it would have been.
That'll hit. Yeah, she doesn't have any spells yet.
6 damage.
Okay. So she lodges an arrow just at the base where the neck and the chest kind of join. And that, feathers fly and it kicks and jumps and, makes all kind of raucous, shrieky sounds. Very good. Selena, you are up next.
All right. I'm going to rush over to Ethan and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. And that's a cantrip that should stabilize him, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, Ethan, you do not have to make a death save on your turn. Selena has knelt over you. Why don't you kind of describe for us what it looks like when you cast Spare the Dying?
Basically, what she's going to do is she's going to shield up over her back, so she shields not only from attack but from the view of everyone else. And she's going to whisper some words in Infernal, and he's gonna just feel the life like pulse into him. Like there's gonna be that black gray matter sort of pulse through his veins.
Mm-hmm.
And real quickly as he's coming to, she's gonna say in Jarvis's voice, "You should have seen that coming, friend."
Oh, nice.
And then quickly stand back up and add attention.
Yeah, so there's your action. So you all see Selena crouch down. Just checking something here real quick. Bear with me. Okay, so you're back to 0 hit points. And, you're basically, Ethan, your eyes kind of flutter open. You've got a pretty serious wound across your shoulder and chest. And you're hurting. But you hear the voice of Jarvis in your ear. Yeah. So there you go. And in fact, it is your turn.
I'm gonna lay there bleeding.
Yeah, that's the right thing because at 0 hit points, there's not much you can do. Okay, that's fair. Let's go now in initiative. There are 3 of these things remaining, and so one is going to attack Bryphon. 17 plus 4.
Yeah.
How does 7 damage sound?
Hang on. No, go to the other. I'm using a tablet over here, so just give me a second. Ouchies. She's bad.
Okay. Nice.
Not down, but bad.
Okay. Very good. We've got one on Ezralyn. 18 plus 4 is 22. Now we're rolling.
Is that attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
7.
7.
This is slashing.
Oh, I can't. Minus 7 HP. Can't edit it.
And then 1 steps up to Shokoli.
Okay.
And does a 7 hit?
No.
Okay. So you just hear the snap, snap of this beak, kind of up near your head as it, lunges in and tries to get you. And these things are like freaking out, like bloodlust. You've killed a couple. You've wounded all of them. One very badly. The other 2 are pretty seriously wounded, bleeding. They've kicked up dust. Grass is getting trampled. Y'all are kind of scattered. I wouldn't say you were surprised, like technically surprised, but you were kind of like, holy crap, as far as that goes. Okay.
I was, for sure.
Yeah. Top of the order. We've got 3 left. One of them is still one of the ones with the fairy fire. Top of the order is Lulu.
Wait, did I go yet?
Oh, I missed you. I apologize. It's your turn. You're after the creatures. Sorry about that.
Okay, so as an action,
Yep.
I'm going to run over to Ethan. I'm going to use Healing Hands to give him 1 hit point.
All right.
So he's up, and I can't do anything else, so I'll just
Right.
stay right there.
So that's your move and your action.
Yep.
So Ethan, you're kind of slipping in and out of, oh man. And you just feel the monk, Shokoli, lean over you. Feathers and, and you're looking up and they just put their hands on you and you feel this warmth all of a sudden radiate through you. And you feel like 25% better than you did.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Squishy wizard guy. Okay. Thank you, Shokoli. Sorry I tried to skip you. Now we're at the top of the order.
Playing 2 characters.
There you go. Lulu.
I'm glad you weren't skipped.
Right. You're still on top of Bryphon.
Well, once Bryphon was hit, Lulu's going to evacuate the premises and jump to the ground and charge forward with her spear.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics roll as you do that, please. I'm just picturing stowing a short bow, jumping to the ground, wielding a spear.
Yeah. 21.
Oh, yeah. So no problem. You even hit the ground, tuck and roll, pop up, spear in hand, and run in the direction of one of those giant Thanksgiving turkeys. And go ahead and make an attack roll. There's 1 in Fairy Fire, and then there's 2 others.
She's going to go for the Fairy Fire.
Sounds good. So attack with advantage.
Well, that's not 20 right there, so I'm gonna just take that. So what was the critical damage stuff again?
Oh, did you nat 20?
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, so max damage plus your mods, and then roll the damage die 1 more time. Good job. Congratulations.
So 9 plus 13.
Nice. So tell me how you dispatch this this giant bird thing.
So she'll I can't think of the word now, but she'll jump off Bryphon, tuck and run, and just charge at that one bird and stab a stab right in the chest.
Yeah,
As hard
nice.
as she can.
So anybody looking in that direction sees the kobold do this nice little drop and tuck roll. Up she goes, bam, charges in like the charge of the light brigade, and skewers this thing and takes it down. Very impressive. You all might even be inclined to be somewhat surprised at the strength and agility and martial prowess of this
And a
fierce
little battle crash.
kobold. Very nicely done. Okay. As for Lynn, you are up. You have 2 remaining. Both have taken injury.
Okay. I'll go 1 with the fairy fire.
That one's down.
That one's down. My bad.
Straight attack roll.
Straight attack roll.
Unless you wish to burn
On
some
one of
long
the
bottom
other-
leaf.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Whoo! So max damage die plus the mod, and then roll the damage die again. Nice. Good timing on those.
Question.
Yes, please.
If the weapon uses 2 damage die, is it like max for both die?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's...
Oh, that's a 2d6, right? So 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, because greatsword.
So you said full damage and then another roll?
Full damage die plus modifiers, and then roll the 2d6 again.
Okay.
Yep.
It's 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay. Nice. Describe for me how she dispatches this creature.
Maybe while it's jumping up, she does like the cool thing where she ducks down and like slices it across the belly.
Nice. Okay.
While it's flying over,
Opens it up. Blood
Slow
and
motion.
entrails drop into the grass, and it pools at her feet as the thing drops. There's one left, and we are to Bryfon's turn.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep going. We're just gonna go for another longbow strike.
Okay.
So that's not gonna hit at all. It's 3 plus whatever that is.
Yeah. Yep. That's a miss. So another
Um,
arrow goes off into the wilderness.
Is anything like in attack of opportunity range against her?
No.
No. Okay, that should back
No,
up.
there's only one left,
Okay.
and that one was in bow range. Again, being the ranged weapon wielder, she's hanging to the back of your group. Further away.
Okay. But if she's already away, then she'll stay put and kind of
Okay.
sink down like to one knee,
Okay.
like nursing her wound a little bit.
All right. Very good. We are to Selena.
Alright. I'm gonna take out my mace while holding the shield and just smack it against the shield, casting Toll the Dead.
Ooh, nice. Okay, and that's a wisdom save for me, right?
Yes, sir. Make a wisdom save of 12, please.
Wisdom
Or
save.
don't.
Wisdom
Don't.
save DC 12. Okay, this thing like shudders and looks around and kind of stops and twitches. And if it had ears or where its ears might be, you start to see some blood run down. How much necrotic damage is that Toll the Dead doing for you?
It is doing 7 damage.
Oh, man. So tell me how this thing, does it just collapse?
Basically, it hears everyone else just hears like a dull thud against the shield. This thing hears like a chorus of just bells chiming as its brain actually explodes.
Yeah, just deafening oral audio damage, and you just see blood run out of its mouth and the sides of its head, and it just drops over. And all goes quiet except the pounding of your hearts, the blood rushing through your ears. Everybody's up, but holy crap, what was that? 5 huge bird things came up out of the grass at you, and then you killed them.
Bryphon gets her feet. Where did she get hit at?
She just that thing, that beak just came down and just hacked her, like down her arm and shoulder.
Okay, and she's like holding her shoulder. Like, do we have a cleric? Do we have help? Uh,
I mean, does she know?
she's asking
The
if
mom-
there's a cleric.
Oh, okay.
Technically, I can't do anything.
Okay.
So you're a cleric?
Um, ish.
Ish?
Ish.
What ish mean?
Ish means I don't heal people that are needing. I just make sure that people don't die. But I can't make them better.
Ish
I can-
not common or draconic. That's weird word.
I can vouch for her skills at making sure people don't die. How did you speak like that tiefling last night?
What are you talking about?
I heard you speak in his voice. How did you do that?
I'm pretty sure you're delirious from blood loss.
I think you mocked me while I was on the ground dying. Although you prevented me from dying, so I'll give you points there.
I think you might be losing it a bit, Ethan, more so than usual. Because I can't speak like anything other than myself.
I see.
Do I have to roll deception for that, or?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
While that's
can-
happening, I forgot that Lulu can do cure wounds, so that will happen to Bryson. Right.
I'll message you, Shannon.
Okay.
Let me take care of that. Okay. She gets back all her health. She's good.
What were you doing, Lulu?
I forgot Lulu had cure wounds, so Bryson's taken care of now all the way.
Okay.
And I'm out of spells, so.
Very good. Yeah, boy, welcome to first level. Limited resources and fragileness.
Yay.
Whew.
Hey, me and Ezra have the same amount of hit points. Hit point twins.
Nice. Okay. So you feel confident that you've... Roll me an insight, Ethan.
Roll you an insight.
Yeah.
Roll you an insight. A 17.
Okay. So you're kind of like, I don't know if this gal's on the up and up, but I mean, it doesn't really make sense that she could talk like Jarvis. So you're you think she's probably shooting straight with you, but you might be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay. So you have scattered around. One is headless. The rest are in various states of being maimed by edged weapons and just pointy things and necrotic damage and so forth. So you've got these 5 dead creatures. Lulu Bryphon also knows what these are. Would you ask, or would you have her make a survival roll for me, please? Bryphon.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So she knows that these can be eaten. And, given a little bit of time, she could probably collect meat or maybe take them to your destination and she could be working on them.
We can eat these.
Can't you eat most anything that was once alive?
So
Something
we'll hear
to poison
that
it.
they just say fantastic and start take out a dagger and start walking towards them.
Yeah.
I don't think they're poisonous.
Shokoli, if you want to roll a nature to see if you're able to, clean this thing up and get it into a condition where you can transport the carcass, the edible part,
All right.
make me a nature roll.
15.
Okay, yeah. As you get into it, you've probably in your time, because you studied with some folks, and you're a tribal member, and you've taken apart fowl. You're able to break this down, especially being such a large animal. So you can break this thing down into its, breast, thighs, legs, all of that, wings, and get it bagged up. If you want to help Bryphon, it would probably only take the two of you half hour to dress these things.
Sure. How much meat would that get me?
I would say there's probably, I gotta believe there's probably about 20 pounds of meat on each one of those things.
Woo!
All right. Let's
You know.
take 10 each.
Yeah,
That's
and there's
like-
and there's 5. That's 100 pounds of. Lulu, do you tell them what these are?
Oh, yeah. These axe beaks. They're loud and annoying, but they taste so good.
Yeah, so you just were attacked by axe beaks.
That's like 5 Thanksgiving meals right there.
Yeah,
So
just
that'd be like
just think
50
like
pounds.
ostrich or chicken, turkey, giant fowl.
Got it. I misunderstood. So that's 50 pounds of meat for both of us.
Are we getting a short rest in while they're doing this?
If you'd like to sit here and take a short rest, that's up to the discretion of the party.
Yes, please.
That would, if you were to move on from here, that would put you into at Umbridge Hill, about an hour past lunchtime. Because if memory serves, short rests are about an hour,
Yeah.
where you can
Alright.
just chill.
I would love a short rest right now, if that's possible.
Sorry.
I would love a short rest if possible.
Let's take a rest.
Okay. So whatever you can reset or regain, give yourselves an hour. Feel free to role play. It's you've been on the road since about 11, or since about 10:30. It's about 11:30 now. The combat was actually pretty quick. It was like 3 rounds. So that didn't take even a half a minute to dispatch these things. But so you can rest. It's a beautiful day, nice breeze. You can, if you watch the grasses, the breeze kind of ripples across the grass, and it's all trampled down in the direction those 5 things came from. But yeah, very good.
Can I use one of those pipeweed dice for hit dice?
No, that's on a D20 roll. But yeah, if you want to take a hit die, because that's what each of you have, that'd be great. Hey, Original Terex, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. You all now have 6 long bottom leaves, and that's what we call here in Hobbiton. That's what we call our advantage rolls. So anytime somebody follows, subs, or donates 500 bits, the party will be the recipient of a long bottom leaf, a little south farthing smoke, if you will. So yes, if anybody wants to roll a hit die, you'd roll that and add your con, and anything else that you regain on a short rest. Consider yourselves short rested. Is there anything you want to discuss, talk about during your hour break?
Are fighter dice D10s?
Sorry?
Yes.
Are
Yeah.
fighter dice D10s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Lulu, you
Plus con.
you know this woman we're going to see, correct? You
Yeah.
seemed excited.
Mrs. Dalbrook, we're friends.
Friends. Can you tell us a little about her? Like, is there something we should be made aware of? Or avoid talking about?
Oh. What would she know, Wiley? I don't remember what you told
She
me.
is an acolyte of Chantel, and you're familiar with Chantel, of course.
Okay.
She lives by herself up in the stone windmill up there. She's proficient at creating like healing potions and other potions.
Okay. Well, both follow the same deity. There's that. Makes potions that family can't, and lives alone. Lulu thinks she's lonely, but hard to tell.
Oh. Was she always alone?
Lulu don't know. Lulu only been here 2 years.
Well, I'm sure any friend of yours is a friend of ours, and this will just go very smoothly.
Lulu think Miss Adabra like Lulu, but not sure.
Have
Lulu
you,
like Miss Adabra.
have you done anything to make Miss Adabra mad?
Ask Lulu different question.
Has Lulu upset anyone we should be made aware of?
Lulu was still a child. Lulu now is 6. Lulu no remember bad things or wish not to remember bad things Lulu did as a child.
Lulu, did you kill somebody?
She doesn't answer.
Okay. Who else can I talk to?
Lulu don't remember killing no one.
Well, yeah, we don't remember. It's fine. It's fine.
She just stares at you with this blank crocodile look like a reptiles do.
Just
Blinking slowly.
just gonna pat you right on your little snoot there.
Oh.
So, how's everyone holding up? Everyone no longer bleeding profusely from severe damage?
I'm good.
Coley is putting a bunch of hearts in a sack and also eating one. Just like,
Nice. Heart of my enemy, right?
Gain
Yeah,
their
something
strength.
like
Nice.
Strength. Heart of enemy. So they just turn around and there's like blood. Because
Oh,
hearts are pretty full of blood.
shouldn't you cook those first?
Dragon no need cooking. Bigger dragon. Points to the Colty? Is it
Show Coley.
the Colty?
Yeah, show Coley.
So cool.
Yeah, show Coley. No. It's not necessary.
As long as you don't get sick, because already established, not so good at the healing thing.
I've never heard of raw poultry hurting anyone. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Is it
Are
that you can't do it or that you don't want to?
Well, it's just I don't know how, so haven't. What I do deals more with after the living thing. You see, I consider myself a recycler of sorts.
Insight.
Lulu like recycle onion skin.
Absolute garbage.
I'm
Sick,
not trying
about
to deceive
7.
you at all, so, like, she seems really sincere. She's just skirting, she's not saying exactly what it is, but she's saying exactly what it is, just in her very Solana way.
Like necromancy.
Chocolat's gonna shrug then. It's like wipe the blood on their pants and stand up with their
Not-
giant bag of meat.
I'm not a necromancer per se, Ethan.
Before we get into a fight, maybe we should, if everyone's okay, maybe we should go now to this
I do not intend to fight anyone, as we've already determined. That's not really my thing.
It's true, you did go down pretty quickly.
Yes.
So fast.
Did you do any damage? I don't remember.
I was saving my spell slot for something else.
So you
Hey,
do spells.
Ethan,
I foresee great danger ahead.
I
Ethan-
think you're a little late on that one.
Ethan, did you roll any hit die on that short rest?
I did.
Okay.
I rolled a hit dice.
Yes,
That's all I
because
have.
that's what you have. Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right. Very good. So you're gonna kind of break your little makeshift hour-long camp rest, and yes, Shokoli and Bryfin are shouldering each 50 pounds of field-dressed axe beak. Yeah. And so, and the only other thing, the combat site, a lot of the grass was trampled down. And again, to your left, which is east, it's a little rockier, and you can see the hills are starting to rise. There's a few copses of trees where you can get shade from the sun. You probably did that on your short rest. To the right is grasslands, and there's the trampled grass in the direction where the axe beaks came at you from. And then kind of straight ahead, if you follow the trail, the faint trail, you can continue to make your way southward into the hills to find Umbrage Hill.
Let's head that way to
Yeah.
Umbrage Hill.
Okay. Again, beautiful day. Midday comes and goes without incident. Nice breeze blowing in from the south across the grasses, blows your hair back. Feels very. It's that kind of day that you can get sunburned to hell and back and not really realize it till it's too late, because the breeze is just enough to keep you cool. The smell of pines whenever you pass copses of trees is quite strong. And again, as you head southward, you progress into the hills and away from the grassland. But even the hills have short turf on them. They're not completely barren. There are a few rocky outcroppings. And as you make your way into the hills, sure enough, as advertised, you see an old stone windmill kind of built on the slope, the front slope of a particular hill. As you kind of come around, the trail kind of curves around left and heads straight in. And there's an iron fence around this windmill, and the windmill's about 3 stories tall. It looks weathered, but it's obviously someone is maintaining it. But what strikes you as really odd as you get within maybe 40, 50 feet of this windmill is you hear a female yelling. Sounds like maybe in a little bit of distress coming from the windmill, and in front of the windmill, kind of pounding on the door, and apparently laying siege to the windmill, is that. And it's growling and spitting and kicking at the door and clawing. It hasn't noticed you. And then you hear a woman, cursing at it, Get away, foul beast! Leave me alone! Yelling at it. What would you like to do? You're about 50 feet away from this scene as it unfolds in front of you.
Wait, what's
And
the
see
beast?
it.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Where is it? What?
It has the body of a lion.
Oh.
It has the wings of a dragon, several rows of teeth in its mouth, large claws, and it's clawing at and banging on the door, kind of swooping and flying in. And it has a very long lion's tail, but you see at the end of this thing's tail as it's whipping around, flying very, very, aggressively at the front of this windmill, occasionally kind of landing and pounding the door and slamming it and then getting back up. But at the end of this thing's tail, you see lots of spikes and barbs that don't look really awesome. They look like they could be quite painful. And it appears to be laying
Excuse
siege
me.
to the tower.
Excuse me, that's very rude. You should not be doing that.
So are you going to yell at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
and when Ethan,
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, when Ethan sees it, he's going to put his hands up to his temples and go,
Okay. I'm going to give you all 1 round to act, because this thing is very much interested and focused in upon what's going on with the windmill. It's obviously attacking it for whatever reason. And as you kind of take in the scene and approach, you see the head and shoulders of a female. Lulu, you recognize this to be Adabra Gwyn, in the 2nd story front-facing window, yelling at this thing as it assails the front of her windmill. And Solana, as you yell, it turns and sees you. What would the party like to do? I'm going to give you each an action to take. You're about 40 feet from this thing as it turns and looks over its shoulder from its attack on the windmill.
Wiley, was it speaking at all?
It was growling and scratching and kicking and clawing. Yeah.
I'm gonna panic when it looks and just like point my finger and shoot a ray of sickness at it.
Okay. What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Okay, is that an attack roll?
Yes, sir.
All right, hit me.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, it is
Okay.
an attack roll. That is a 22.
Okay, that hits.
All right. So you also have to make me a con save.
Okay. What's my DC?
Let's see. It should be 12.
Okay. No problem there. Made my
Okay.
save.
All right, never mind then. So he's not going to be poisoned until the end of my next turn, but he is going to take 9 damage.
Okay. Very good. Shokoli, what would you like to do?
Chokoli would like to run up to it and jump on its back if I can use my action to do that.
Okay. What's your movement?
My movement is 30 feet.
Okay, so you can get within 10 feet of it.
I can get within 10 feet.
And you know that before you run. Because
Okay.
it's about 40 feet away.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to let you decide what you want to do based on that.
That changes it. Well, let's see. Well, my movement probably factors into my jump length, I would assume.
If you run, you can long jump. I believe it's your strength plus your modifier and feet or something. Let me look real quick. It's under movement.
Okay.
Bearing with me. Venturing movement. Here we go. Jumping, long jump. Long jump, cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. So what's your strength?
My score or my modifier?
Your strength score.
13.
Okay, so you can jump. You can run 30 and jump 13 more. So if you want to do that, that'll get you there. And I'm going to ask you to make either athletics or acrobatics, your choice, to see if you can land on the back of this creature.
Okay. Ooh, not good. 8.
Yeah, so you get really close to it, and the wing is up. And there's just no way to get under the wing and securely on its back. So you kind of bounce into it and roll me a dex save. Well, let's see if you keep your feet.
Sure. Save.
So you all see Shokoli just dash off at this thing as it's turning around, trying to figure out what's going on. And woof, right there. What was that?
24.
Okay, so Shokoli jumps, and the wing just prevents them from landing successfully, and they just kind of bounce back and drop on their feet in a crouched pose, and you're basically in melee range now with the creature. Let's go to Ethan.
Ethan's going to reach into his pouch and he's going to pull out a small copper wire.
Yep.
And he's going to start moving his hands and casting, speaking words of magic, and he's going to point the small copper wire at the beast.
Okay.
He's going to cast message.
Okay.
And he's going to say to the beast in common, "What quarrel do you have with this woman, and what are you searching for?"
He looks and spits, and you hear back in common in this raspy, "She has things of value. I could use things of value, and besides, I'm hungry. Who are you and what do you want?"
I think that ends my spell. He can respond,
Okay.
and I can hear his response.
Okay. Very good.
And that's my action.
Very well. Lulu.
Can Lulu determine this thing as an animal or having a good sense of smell?
It is
From
not.
sight?
It is not an animal. I mean, obviously, it has animal-like qualities, but
Yeah,
it's
okay.
not an animal. Yeah.
I'm gonna try something. Is it distracted by Shokoli right now?
you're not going to gain any like advantage or surprise on it unless you want to burn up some long bottom leaf. But yeah.
Okay. Then Lulu will dart forward 15 feet.
Okay.
And
So that'll put you about 25 feet from it.
yeah, she will do some druid craft, which is a cantrip. One of her options is to make an odor of a skunk within a 5 foot cube within 30 feet of her.
Okay.
So she will try and put it right under its nose.
Okay. So you kind of put the skunk smell right in the face of the beast. What effect would it have on this creature? Do I have to make a save, or am I just like, oh shit?
Yeah. It's just a smell.
Okay. So you see
smell.
this thing, all of a sudden just kind of recoil, like and Shokoli, you smell the acrid, bitter. You can almost taste the smell of skunk, like instantly, and it feels like it's coming from the creature. And you see Lulu run up the stone path toward the windmill and stop, and you hear from the window, "A little help, please," from Abra. And how about let's see, Shokoli went. How about Ezralyn? You have yet to take your pre-round action since you surprised this thing.
The windmill's 40 feet away from us too, right?
Correct.
Are there any windows?
Yeah, Adabra is in a window on the second floor. Let me look at the map real quick to see what's there. Because there are 3 stories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are windows on all 4 sides. And then there are windows on front and back, second floor.
Okay, so there are windows on the first floor?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do something stupid with Kayla's character. I would like to. I'm sorry in advance, Kayla. Ezralyn, piloted by me, would like to run towards the windmill. And she would like to do a long hip jump also into a window.
Okay. What's her move?
Her movement is 30, and with
Okay.
her long jump, she can jump an extra 20 feet.
Okay. She could double move.
Or what?
Or she could double move, and I would let her, as the remainder of her movement, crawl in a window, like blast through a window.
That'd work too.
Yeah, if you want to do that. Might be less of a dice roll.
Sure.
Okay. So describe this half-orc charging as this thing turns and bellows, "Who are you fools?"
She's just gonna run towards the windmill, and then for safety, like, double dash, open the window, instead of breaking it, and crawl inside.
Okay. Is she going in a front window? Because that may open her up to an attack of opportunity.
Now I was thinking like a side window, so she could come in the window and then be facing the door.
Okay. Fair enough. That will be her complete movement and action to get up, interact with the window, get in. Yeah. So basically that's 60 feet of movement, so she's moving 40 feet, and then using the remaining 20 feet to navigate the window and get inside.
Great. That's
okay.
Prevent her from taking damage I was probably gonna never take.
Okay, very good. Bryphon.
I can't really do much of anything without half these things equipped. I don't know what to do.
She has her longbow that she used in the last battle.
Yeah, but I don't want to attack it yet. Okay. Bryphon will shoot an arrow towards its feet, like a threat.
Okay. Now Solana did attack it. It has been attacked.
Oh.
And Shokoli tried to jump on it.
Yeah.
So you all haven't put out like a welcome wagon sort of approach so far
Oh.
to dealing with it.
Okay. Then she will aim the arrow at one of its wings.
Okay.
Trying to
Yeah, just so
enable it.
shoot it. Roll me an attack.
It's 8 plus whatever.
8 plus whatever. Yeah. So your arrow. What's her dex bonus?
I don't know the difference between bonus and mod on the sheet.
Her modifier. That's her bonus. Modifier is the same thing.
3.
Okay. Yeah. So that misses. So an arrow just thumps against the front of the what do you call it? Windmill. And as this all happens, and it comments to you, "Who the heck are you? Disturb! I need things of value and food." And it flaps its great dragony, leathery wings, and kind of some dust kind of kicks up on you, Shokoli, even a little bit in your direction, Lulu. As this thing rises 30 feet into the air, with just the flick of a couple wings, and then you see it go to snap its tail, and fire. In pretty amazingly rapid succession, some spines off of its tail. One is coming at you, Solana, for Ray of Sicknessing it. It's not happy about that. Let's see here. Does a... oh, hang on. Does a 9 hit?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Shokoli. Oh, man. Rolling so well. 7?
No.
Okay. Lulu, how about an 18?
It's loading. Yeah.
Okay. 6 damage, piercing, as a tail spike catches you in the shoulder.
Ow! It's like, how big is this tail spike?
They're big. They hurt.
You like scared now?
Yeah, you got like a big dagger just hammered you in the shoulder.
Lulu's
Yeah,
not
for
happy.
6 piercing damage. Yeah, Lulu not happy.
Yeah, Lulu is like close to death or like close to unconsciousness right now.
And this thing just kind of is risen and circling. Let's roll initiative, gang.
Ugh.
Oh dear.
I forgot we weren't even in initiative yet.
Yeah, you kind of caught it off guard because it was assailing the windmill, and you came up behind it. It didn't know what the heck was going on, and so I gave you guys a round to do some stuff. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh,
14 for Solana and Co.
Ethan got a 5.
Lulu is 9. Ryfin is 22.
Hey, Shokoli?
Okay, Shokoli is 22. Ezralyn is 17.
Can I have Shokoli and Bryphon each roll d20? Higher will go first.
Yeah. 6.
2.
What was it, Lulu?
2.
2, Bryphon, sorry. Okay, so Shokoli, you will lead us off. Ezra needs to roll d20 because she tied with the creature.
Okay. Natural 20.
Okay, you got me.
Alright.
So, Shokoli, you are up first. As this thing has now kind of gotten its bearings and is lifted off, it's fired off a couple of these barbed, tail barbs, I should say. And Shokoli, it is about 25 feet above you.
25 feet. How tall is the windmill?
The windmill is a 3-story structure, so at least 30 feet.
At least 30 feet.
Yeah. The windmill blade might go a little bit above the top of the roof because it's, first story 10, second story 20, third story 30, and then maybe 4 feet if you were to get on top of the windmill blade itself.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll try to climb up the windmill 30 feet, I suppose, and my climbing speed is the same as my
Okay.
walking speed.
Which is 30, correct?
30.
Okay.
Yeah, just 30.
Yeah.
And
So if you
I guess
want
I
to...
would,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to try and jump from the top of the windmill onto the manticore again using double dash or however that would work.
Okay. So one move will get you to the top. Um, are you gonna like get on top of the windmill and then jump from there?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I can get close enough, I figured top of the windmill would be easier to track.
Okay, so
Just
bonus action, I'll say you can pull yourself up.
Okay.
And I'll let you use the remainder of your action. But this thing is moving, so the DC you got to hit is 15.
Okay.
And if you miss, you're 3d6 falling damage.
That's okay. I'll chance it.
Okay.
Alright. So, am I just rolling a 20 here,
Yeah, you're making an acrobatics check. Remember, you have 6 long bottom leads if you'd like to roll with advantage here. And you got to clear a DC 15 acrobatics.
Okay.
And here's one.
Do I have to decide to use...
You decide
the
before you
blade?
roll, correct. Yeah, and you got 6 of them. So.
Yeah, I'll use one.
Okay.
It's a smart thing to do.
Nice.
Okay. Alright, acrobatics.
DC 15.
That was a natural 20 on the first roll.
Okay. Yeah, so you're successful. Describe the whole move. So you're standing there, the thing rises, fires off some tail spikes, and you do your thing. What is it that this looks like?
So I'm on the ground, and then I just scurry up the wall like a weird rat. And then
Spider rat.
standing on top of the windmill, and I wait, and then I move 5 feet, and I jump. And
Starfish it out.
yeah, to starfish it out until I land on its back, and I sink my hands in.
Okay, flying squirrel, right?
Yeah, the flying squirrel style.
Okay. All right, so you're on this thing's back between its leathery wings, and it's all like, "Who are you? What? Be smart about this. Don't make me kill you all." As it roars and spits on you. Is that all of your turn?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything. You said I used my bonus action to get up, so yeah.
Yeah, you are plumb out of stuff to do as far as
Yeah.
actions, bonus actions, and movement. You have met your capacity. Oh, hey, there's Misery. What's up? I'm glad you're alive.
Hey, Mister.
It is actually Ezralyn's turn, so go ahead, Abby. Ezralyn has gotten her way into the windmill.
Okay, well now that it's not in the doorway anymore, she's gonna. Well. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, I think she'll just go out the door and for her movement, and then hold her action with her greatsword, waiting for the manticore to land.
Okay.
Or this creature that
Yeah.
we don't know yet.
Gotcha. All right, very good. So that is now to Bryphon's turn. I actually did that. Bryphon should have gone before Ezralyn, but I did it backwards. Sorry. So Bryphon, go ahead.
Okay. Bryphon's going to dart forward the 15 feet. I don't know how much she could do within her turn, but she's going to grab Lulu and stuff her in her bag for safety. And then my cat's being weird. Can she still like say something to the manticore within her turn?
Say something? Sure.
Okay. If we give you bird meat, lots of bird meat, will you leave us be?
It kind of turns its head like a dog would, trying to understand, and it swoops down. Rizel hungry. Rizel make deal. Feed Rizel and mate, and we'll let you live today. And he's very, clearly he's got this under control, gonna eat you any minute now, kind of confidence.
Bryphon, wait, did it come down in front of Bryphon? Is that what it did? What did it do?
It just swooped. It's flying.
Oh. Bryphon will square shoulders, and I have 50 pounds of axe beak meat.
You see its face light up. Where is it?
She'll hold up the bag and suck it as hard as you can in an opposite direction.
Okay, that's ample amounts of stuff as far as Bryphon and the creature. Next is the creature's turn. Oh, that's handy. So you see it go for the bag immediately and grab it and start to take off.
Shuckle's still on it.
Ceylana.
Shuckle's still on it.
Oh no! Oops.
Hold on a second, you have our friend.
This is everything I always wanted.
I'm assuming Lulu didn't get put in the bag with the raw meat, right?
No, she got put in. Bryphon has like a satchel that
Yeah.
Lulu typically hangs out in normally.
The only question I have is, did Lulu go along with that? Let her Bryphon stuff her in the satchel?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
Very
where she
good.
typically hangs out.
I kind of thought, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so
Lulu's like almost dead, so yeah, that's gonna have to do.
the manticore grabs the bag full of bird meat, and it can smell. It knows what's in there. You know, you can see it lean down and smell, and it's salivating, and it starts to rise. You were wise today. You shall live. And it kind of circles around and looks down at you for effect. And Ceylana, you are up.
Shuckle, get off its back.
I can't yet.
I know, it's just Solana, like, I don't want to attack it or anything, so I'm just like, get off his back!
I'm
She's
free
like-
to fly.
She's just panicking and like fanning herself, like, oh god, this is going great, but horrible at the same time. I don't know how to deal with this. And that's kind of all I'm gonna do, because if I attack it, then we're fucked and out of bird meat.
We'll have to. Oh wait, yeah. No, she has the bird meat too, doesn't she?
I have
Shoot.
50 pounds.
So the manticore, right, the creature, is flying, and then it realizes, where would you like to go? I'll put you down. It says to you. Since
I thought we were fighting.
Since you fed me, I'll put you down and spare your life. Where do you want me to put you down?
Oh, that's very kind of you. Here is fine.
Okay. So you see the manticore swoop down and land away from the party, not like right on the party, and it watches you suspiciously. The bag is in its claws, kind of torn, and it lowers its head, and it's kind of rooting in the bag, snuffling around, waiting for Shokoli to disembark.
I hop off, and I reach into my bag of parts and give it an Axby cart just for extra measure. Thank you, and then I run back to the party.
Consider yourselves fortunate I didn't kill you today. Thank you for feeding me. And it kind of starts to, the leathery wings. And this thing, it smells like bad animal, dirty animal. I mean, it's kind of gross.
Skunk
and skunk smell, yeah.
terrible
As
thing.
soon as I
Yeah.
get back to the party, I'm like, I think we could have taken it though. I think we could have
Yeah.
done it.
Solana's just
I'm
gonna
dying.
Solana's just gonna hug you and be like, you smell terrible, thank you for not dying.
Adabra has left the window and the front door. She comes barreling out the front door. Is everyone okay? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for saving me. Oh my gosh, I thought that thing was going to get in here. He keeps coming back for, I don't know, food, and I don't even eat meat, for gosh sake. And I'm not giving it anything of value. I don't know what it would do with... please, come in.
Can Bryphon pull out Lulu and just like hold her up, like,
Yeah.
help?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll just bring her in. Come on, come along. Before it changes its mind and comes back.
Scuttle on inside.
Yeah, we'll go inside.
That would
Okay.
have been really cool if it worked. I was this close. Would have been some really dope shit.
So, okay, she closes the door to the windmill behind you, locks it, and she's just kind of like, okay, first of all, let's set Lulu over here on this this bench here, and let's tend to her very quickly. And you see her disappear into the back of the. It looks like she has a small herbalist setup here. Jars and clay pots of things, and there's plant clippings, and almost think herbalist, alchemist, flower shop. Right, there's some tables where she's doing her work. There's various plants here and there. There's a couple of mortar and pestles, things for working on, potions, alchemical things, herbs, things of that nature.
That sounds beautiful. I want
Okay.
to go there now.
Okay, so she comes back out with a vial, clear glass vial of very pink liquid, and she hands it to you, Lulu. Please drink this. Consider it a gift to the family.
Lulu guzzles it down. Is that giant thing still skewering her body?
Yeah, you have a spine, a tail spine, and it's barbed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no.
did go through. What are your hit points, by the way? Like what? How many?
Three out of
Yeah, so
9.
so you have 9 normally. Yeah, so it definitely
Yeah.
went through your shoulder.
Oh, it's out then.
Yeah,
There's no
so
longer there's a hole there.
No,
Okay.
it's there, but it's through.
Oh.
It went out. The tip is out the back. Yeah. So she says, "Okay,
Okay.
you need to be still. Bryphon, why don't you hold her?
No,
And
good still.
let me see. Let's see. Okay, just one moment. Just hold her still. So she's going to, before she gives you the potion, since this thing is sticking through you, she goes back into the back and comes out with a brown bottle and opens it and pours a small glass with some very dark liquid and hands it to you. She goes, "Here, drink this. Dwarven spirits. This will help the pain. Come on, chop, chop. Let's go."
Sorry. Lulu will drink that. If it's dwarven spirits, how quickly
It
is
burns. It burns. Make me a con roll at disadvantage. What's your con?
she? Me and the mod?
No, what's your
Or
con score?
oh, 12.
Okay, yeah. So make me a con roll at disadvantage.
Oh, that was a 4. So
Okay, yeah. So you
it's a
immediately
4.
this stuff goes down the hatch, and you are absolutely spinning within a minute, and you feel the pain is still thudding and dull and searing through your shoulder, but it's dulled. Okay. Okay, now Bryphon, you hold her. Adabra says, and Adabra goes behind you. She puts on a very thick leather glove and grabs the tip of the barb, and she pulls it through a little bit, and you feel this tightness in the front as the wider end of the spine starts to pull into you a little bit, and it burns a little bit. And she says to Ezralyn, come here, Ezralyn.
She does that.
And then she looks at Shokoli, and she says, no, you come here. She points at you, Shokoli.
No, Ezralyn. Yes, Chocoli.
Please. You look like maybe you might have done something like this before. I'm guessing you belong to a tribe somewhere. Would that be safe? You look like
Very
you might
astute of
know a
you,
little bit about, wounds and things. I want you to help me pull this out quickly.
Okay.
Straight out.
Chocoli does then.
Lulu, what is that over on the other end of the room? Um, 2d4 plus 2? Or d8 plus 1? What is a healing potion?
I don't know.
Hang on, I'll grab it off.
It's great imagery though. I love it.
So she pours this thing down the hatch. Potion of healing. There we go. I don't know why I don't have that memorized. It is 2d4 plus 2.
Oh. Uh, I can't math suddenly. 3 plus 5.
8.
Wait. Okay,
Okay.
then. Okay.
So you get 8 hit points back.
That's
And
normal.
Bryphon walks you over to a chair and sits you down. And she, Adabra, immediately starts making some coffee. Looks like the stream got disconnected because once per session it does that for random reasons. I frickin' don't know why. But it'll reconnect. And she says, would anyone like coffee? I'm also going to make tea. How can I help you? Oh, my lord, thank you so much. You came at just the right time.
Yeah, that's So
I'm forgive me, I'm Adabra Gwyn.
hi, I'm Solana Brigalore, and she just sticks out her hand.
Yes,
like,
yes.
really.
Well met. Thank you so much.
So I think it's safe to say, based off of this encounter, that your home defense system might not be up to snuff when it comes to, say, a dragon attack.
Right. Why?
Well, we're here to warn you about a dragon attack.
But that was a manticore. You know that was a manticore, right?
Yes.
She looks at you kind of funny. Have you been drinking? And she points at the bottle.
No. Well,
Lulu been drinking.
yes, that's very good, Lulu. But Manticore was just sort of unexpected. We're from Phandalin, and there's been a white dragon sighting within the city area, and we're come here to warn you, possibly taking you back to Phandalin for your own safety.
A white dragon. Oh. Near here?
Supposedly.
When was it seen? Where was it? Tell me more.
Well, we were given the bare bones information to just come and retrieve you. If you would like to learn more, perhaps you should go back.
No. I'm not going anywhere. But I would like to learn more of this dragon. Where is it?
Why?
Well, we don't really know much about it. It was seen. What did that man say? Can't remember. Did he say where it was seen?
I think he just said the bare bones, like you said. It's just around.
Basically, it's a looming threat over the heads of everyone, including a man who's afraid to leave his little outpost in Phandalin.
She rolls her eyes. Ah, yes. The town master.
Yes,
She kind of chuckles.
We're actually on a few jobs to warn people about the supposed impending dragon attack.
So he sent you out here to warn me of
Yeah.
a dragon we don't even know exists. Although, that would explain... See, Rizel is from up in the mountains. Rizel and his mate. And that would explain why he's down here wreaking havoc and fussing about. If something nastier than him has perhaps spooked him from their lair.
That would make sense. I don't know much about. I'm not much of a
More bits.
knowledge about beasts and things. More of a people person, but if something bigger and scarier than you is in your territory, you tend to fuck off. Honestly.
Yeah, so that would make sense. I've seen the manticore, but usually way up in the mountains, in the Sword Mountains to the east of here. But if a dragon has settled into the area, that would explain why the manticore is down here looking for food.
Yes.
How many times has this creature come? This Rizel?
This is the first time he's openly attacked the windmill, which tells me he's desperate for food, but that was brilliant. And she looks at Bryphon. Where did you get all that meat, and why did you have it with you?
Well, on the way here, some birds attacked us. So there was that.
Birds, you said?
Yeah, some axe beaks. Yeah, like 5 of them.
Ah, I see. Well, that was a smart move. DM is going to award Bryphon an inspiration for that. That was a very, very clever move. In fact, it was one of the fixes in the module. If he was offered anything of a certain amount of value or lots of food, he would leave the party. So you solve the puzzle of the Manticore without having to die.
Can Lulu chime in real quick?
Please.
Okay. And she's still like drunk as a skunk right now? Right? Or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Message. Lulu's stuck like pig. Get here. You come back to 50. Please.
She comes over and kind of pats you on your head and scratches your ear like she always does. Now, Lulu, you know as much as I do, I'm not going down to that nasty little village. I have my nice little place up here in the mountains. I can keep my door locked.
It's not nasty.
Everything will be fine.
No, not nasty.
I mean, keeping a door locked is fine, but dragons don't knock on doors. They typically destroy whole villages.
Well, sure.
It's like giant Lulu. It's the worst thing. Terrible.
She kind of pats your head. Now, Lulu, you'll be fine. In fact, let's do this. Bryphon, would you take her and lay her down upstairs in my room? Just let's get to a nap. How does that sound? You need rest.
No patronize Lulu. Lulu is 6.
Lulu drunk.
Lulu got stabbed in a place. Would appreciate Miss Adabra coming back.
So, Harbin Wester sent you all the way out here. You were attacked by Axebeaks. Let me make sure I got this right. And then you fought off a Manticore just to tell me about a possible white dragon.
Yeah.
Fought off is, I think, is a strong word. Bribed. Probably more accurate.
Mr. Double Dragon is scary.
Well, I'm just not prepared to leave. I can be safe up here. I have a basement I can hide in. I can leave. I'll be fine here.
You didn't seem to be faring well against the Manticore.
Well, I mean, she kind of looks. I look pretty good to me.
Well, had we not come along,
Well,
I'm not sure how long you would have held out.
I'm not sure that Manticore would have been able to get in here and get me.
And I think the meat he was looking for was you.
Who knows? But Adabra has her ways.
Mr. Dog.
Shantae will look after me.
Well,
Well, hopefully they'll pay us more to come and retrieve your corpse later.
Ethan, you cannot say these things to nice people.
He's right.
She laughs.
Well, I respect your agency of free will and your faith in your God. We still need to come back with some evidence or a writ of some kind to prove that we came here.
I see. The
talked
job.
to you, and we tried our best.
Yes. Well, let me take care of that for you.
Wait, but do you have a particular reason not wanting to leave other than
This is my home.
stubbornness?
I live here. This is my home.
You come back to
It'd be
home.
a temporary relocation.
Well, if it looks bad, I don't even know if there is a dragon. I've seen no evidence of a dragon. If it gets bad, I'll come down.
But there was Manticore. Was normally no Manticore.
But what if
Oh,
the evidence is the dragon comes to your house and then you try to leave and you go sploot?
I can take care of myself.
It's 2 hours, Mr. Dog.
Shantae has seen me this far. I'll be fine. But I will be happy to write Mr. Wester a little note. And she goes over to one of her tables and grabs a bit of parchment and a quill and a little ink. Gets
If you'd like us to take your will back to town, we can do that as well.
No
Ethan.
need. Surely. Oh, and
Provide us with the
Well, you're
appropriate-
really
Coffee's-
intense.
coffee's ready if you wish. And I would also I need a bit of tea. But let me take care of business first, and we'll get this right away. And she writes this up and gives it to Solana, and it's just a kind of a snarky little note to Harbin Wester that she's fine and she is aware there's possibly a dragon. You can almost feel the sarcasm. And she makes a little ceremony of presenting it to you. Here you are. You can take it.
I will
Lulu's
make
like
sure-
this close to having a tantrum right now.
I will make sure that the scared little man behind the door gets your note.
She kind of rolls her eyes. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, and Ms. Misery, thanks again for more bits. That gives the party, they're back up to 6 long bottom leafs. Again, if 500 or more bits comes in, for every 500 that comes in, they'll get an advantage die. We call them a long bottom leaf in celebration of Hobbiton, the leaf of the South Farthing. Goes the same for a sub and a follow. So at any rate, that's what that is.
We're in desperate need of those.
Yes. Yeah, we had to burn one. Shokoli made good use of one. Yeah, didn't need it, turns out.
They didn't
but
need it, yeah.
But okay.
Never did.
Well, what else? And she sets out service with coffee and a very nice herbal tea. Come relax. You must be tired after your encounter with the axe beaks and of course, the manticore. That was so clever. She looks at Bryphon. Very clever. I don't know if all of you could have survived battle with that beast. And I believe he has a mate up there as well. So it's best to keep them happy.
They've hard died fast, that's what I say.
That is a horrible way to think.
Can Lulu like stumble, wobble, teeter-totter over to a Dobra?
Make me a con check. Roll your d20. Add your con bonus if you have one. Your con mod.
11 plus
Okay.
1. 12.
Yeah, so you can toddle over there. The healing potion has helped clear your head. You're nursing a cup of coffee, but you can go talk to Adabra if you want to waddle over there.
So am I still drunk or no?
What's that?
Am I still drunk?
You're buzzing a little bit, but you're
Okay, so
you're
it's
feeling
gone
better.
down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Why not just like is Adabra wearing pants or just like a skirt?
So she's very kind of bohemian. Long hair, some of it's dreaded, some of it's braided. There's some beads. Kind of not a sundress. It's heavier than a sundress. Something you might see out in the garden. Maybe a little blousey on the top. She's got an apron on over that. Looks like she's maybe been out working in the garden. It's a little bit dirty. Not dirty like gross dirty, but like it was clean this morning and I've been out, maybe clipping some plants or working in the garden, that kind of dirty.
But there's fabric by her legs, like
Okay.
her legs. Okay. Lulu will grab onto that like with both hands, with little claws, and like just like lean up against her and just stare up at her with this the biggest kobold eye she can. Why not just come stay with like Mama?
She looks down and she puts a hand on each side of your head and gets really close. Adabra will be fine. I've lived up here most of my life. I can take care of myself. I'll be fine.
It's a giant Lulu.
It'll be fine.
No,
This manticore will return once it's hungry again.
yeah.
It's possible.
I have foreseen its anger. It is angry.
Giant kitty's bad.
She looks at you and kind of turns her head. Do you speak like that all the time?
Never shuts up. It's
Yes.
awful.
This
'Cause we-
creature is very angry.
we
and
all
it will
just-
return.
We all just saw its anger. Did you not see? Did everyone see its anger? She looks around. She's kind of poking at you a little bit, Ethan. Yeah. Yeah. She rolled really well on a persuasion roll, Lulu,
Oh.
to calm your nerves. And, you've known her. She's taught you some of the ways of Shantae and druidic ways, and you have a lot of faith and trust in her. Now, your worries are well-founded because you love her, and she's kind of your auntie sort of person, and you're a little bit, a little bit inebriated. But she manages to calm you down and just get you to trust her a little bit. And I promise, at the first sign of trouble, I will come down into Phandalin and make sure you're okay. And she'll scratch your ear.
Can Lulu like climb up on her shoulder and like just
Sure.
chill out there. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll do that and just like she's like 2 feet tall, so she's kind of big, but like just like curl up, like just kind of thing. Tired.
Okay. So she kind of pats your leg as you sit on her shoulder. So, tell me about yourselves. What, are you just here working in Phandalin? What, tell me. You seem like such an interesting group of people.
Well, I'm new. I came in yesterday and I just need money.
Ah, I see. Very well. We all need a way to feed ourselves and shelter ourselves. Yes, and for some of us, it takes money. Yeah, very well. What are the rest of you? She looks at Ezralyn.
I'm here to set up a guard garrison and also earn money.
Really, a guard garrison in Phandalin?
Yes.
Gosh, we've done pretty well for the last 4 or 5 years with no garrison. Where did you come from?
Neverwinter?
I see. Well, it is a under the watchful eye of Lord Neverember and Neverwinter. Phandalin is, but a garrison, an actual garrison. Are you here on orders?
Am I? I don't know.
Interesting. Well, what of you, Selena? What brings you up?
I'm just here studying abroad, anthropological studies, and I ran out of money, so I decided to try adventuring.
I see. Where anthropological? You say. Where do you come from?
I'm not sure if you're familiar with oh crap, where did I write it down? It's a weird name. I know it. I'm from Zakhara. There's a grand university there. And
I see.
I've been traveling a bit with my. Well, I've been traveling alone mostly. This whole companion thing's a bit new.
Did you choose Phandalin specifically, or just find yourself here?
I just sort of go where the wind takes me. I don't really have a plan.
I see.
You might say a little birdie told me or a voice in my head, but that makes me sound crazy, so you could just ignore that. And she just starts sipping coffee.
Very well. And Ethan, you're a curious one. A little dour, perhaps, but what brings you to Phandalin?
Oh. I brought myself to Phandalin. It seemed like a nice place to settle down, but apparently it's quite dangerous.
Well, apparently there is rumor of a white dragon. She kind of rolls her eyes.
And there's a manticore.
Rizel and I will get along just fine.
I believe more than one, more than two.
He has a mate.
I believe there's more than that.
Are you always like this?
Real breath of...
Will we ever have moments that aren't like this, Ethan?
Real breath of fresh air, aren't you, young man?
I'm only trying to warn you of dangers, but a closed mind is an empty mind.
Well, I'll assure you my mind is far from empty, and I know I'm patronizing you, but I do appreciate your concern, all of you. I really do. Is there anything I can do for you while you're here? I'm an herbalist, an alchemist. I do all sorts of things along those lines. Anything at all?
Well, some healing potions might be nice for the road ahead.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I sell them. Ordinarily, I would sell them for 50 gold pieces each, but as a repayment for your services of shooing away that nasty manticore, I would be willing to sell you potions for 30 gold.
Well, all my friends with money can go ahead. I'll be over here drinking coffee.
Chloe's gonna take out their money. They're gonna count it. Then they're gonna put it away. Walk next to Solana in the poor person corner.
Have a little coffee.
Yeah,
It's good coffee.
it's really good.
It's bitter like my tears.
Not even have.
Ezra can buy some though.
Can Ezra buy some for everyone? Oink.
If Miss Misery is okay with that.
We'll see. She'll chime in here in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait to get confirmation for that before I blow her money.
I think you said no in the chat.
No, that was from before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She looks over at Ethan. And you, young man? You seem a little frail.
Yes, thank you for noticing. I will take 2 of your potions.
Ah, very well. Okay. In fact, if you buy 2, I'll sell them to you for 25 each. How does that sound?
Well, that sounds even better.
Okay. So let me go get those, and rest of you can talk amongst yourselves. She comes back out after a couple of minutes with a couple of healing potions, and she's got them kind of wrapped in fur so they don't clink and shatter, that sort of thing, in vials. She sets them down on the table where you're sitting.
Great, I'll tuck those away.
That'll be 50 gold, please.
I'll give her the money.
Very nice. Thank you, young man. I'll tell you what I will do, though. And she pulls out of her apron little stoneware, and it's got like a snappy lid on it. And she opens it up, and it's like a little tincture and ointment. And Ms. Misery wants to know what you all want to know if you want to type in chat. And she hands one to each of you. If you take a wound, an injury, and you apply this, it will help it knit faster. It's just a healing kind of a tincture. And it would give you 2 hit points. So each of you has a kind of a little tincture of healing that you could use it's one use, and it would give you 2 hit points. Which at first level is kind of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Any herbal teas that anyone likes? I specialize in teas and things.
I'll take some tea while I'm waiting.
Okay.
For Ezra to decide.
Okay, so Ezralyn would like 2 healing potions.
Ezra would like 2.
So and she thanks you. Thank you very much.
So that's 25 each.
Yeah, so it'd be 50 gold. Yep.
Well, actually, I do have a question since you are an herbalist and probably have more interesting supplies.
Oh, I have many, many things. I travel far and wide in this area, and yes.
Do you collect spores?
Spores, any particular?
Of the cordyceps fungi.
Let me see. Let me go in the basement. By all means, make yourselves at home. Is anyone hungry?
We proceed to numb on jerky more.
I had heart earlier. I'm good.
Okay. Because it's, it's well past 1 p.m. in the afternoon, so it's, past lunchtime. So she disappears in the basement. And after, about 10 minutes, she comes up, kind of sweeps some cobwebs out of her hair, and closes and latches the basement door, and comes back and sets a little vial in front of you, and there's this gray powder in it. Is this what you're looking for?
That would be absolutely perfect. How much do I owe you?
Please take it my compliments. You did such a lovely job and came all the way out here to warn me of the manticore. Of the dragon. So please take it as a thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Lulu hold up a little bit of jerky. Want some bread for me?
Yeah, she'll take a little bit, and Lulu, I don't eat meat. Remember? But I'll feed it to my birds. How's that? She kind of tucks it away in one of her pockets of her skirts.
Oh, forgot. Sorry.
Very well. So, anything else I can do for you?
Want some of this meat in case the manticore comes back?
Ah, that's not a bad idea. I can keep it
I'll
cool in the
give you-
basement.
I'll give you 40 pounds.
Oh my goodness, that's quite a lot. That won't leave you that much, will it?
We can find more. There's an elf over there. She looks like she can get some more.
Bryphon is an excellent huntress. Yes, she kind of smiles at Bryphon. Very well. Yes, I'll keep it. And should the manticore return, I'll parse it out. I can make it last a while.
Excellent.
Oh, thank you very much, very much. Anything else I can do for you? Is everyone currently feeling okay? Does anybody need divine healing?
I've never felt more alive.
Actually, I have a minor wound.
Well, I could see to it.
Just a small one.
Have you foreseen my ability to heal you?
I saw it earlier, and it did seem to work. I'm just glad there's nothing protruding from me.
Yes. Yes. That was an ugly bit of business, wasn't it? That wound has knitted itself closed, by the way, Lulu.
Nice.
Yeah, so she'll come over and sit beside you and place her hands on your shoulder, and she'll utter some silent prayer to herself, eyes closed. And she leaves one hand on you, and her other hand reaches up into her hair and kind of rubs the string of beads in one of her dreaded locks of hair, and you feel this warmth wash over you. And you get 4 points of healing.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I only wish we could have convinced you to return.
Well, I appreciate knowing that alone is worth a great deal to me, and just rumor of a dragon in the area is not enough to drive me from my home. But now that I know, I can be prepared, and if it looks dire, I can find my way to Phandalin very quickly.
Lulu will be sad if Lady Dabrook's blood.
No
Us.
worries, I won't explode.
Ethan,
If it's a white dragon, she'd just be frozen to death.
I'll be fine. I won't explode.
Just look of horror just crosses Lulu's face at Frozen.
Ethan, how did that booyah magic feel? Feel okay?
That's warm.
Alright. I like one. I need some healing too.
Do you?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, very well. And she comes to you, and again clutches the beads at her hair and puts a hand on your shoulder, and you hear her saying something very faintly. You can't really make it out, and you feel that warmth wash over you. And 7 points of healing. You are more than welcome to stay here. It's early. What is your next plan?
We have to go to some mines and warn some dwarves about an impending dragon attack.
Yes.
She looks in a very knowing. Those two that are excavating down there, the old dwarven ruins. Yes. Okay. Yeah, they'd want to know.
Dwarves are known for their good sense, so I'm sure they'll listen to us as well.
Well, but greedy dwarves.
Mm.
And she gives you a knowing look. Dwarves digging a hole aren't easily pulled out of that effort.
Indeed, I foresee much difficulty convincing them.
Oh, you see so much. Must be a useful skill.
So far it has proven to be.
Solana's just gonna lean over and like flick Ethan's ear really hard. He's gonna be like, "Did you see that?"
We often mock what we don't understand.
I'm not mocking you. I'm irritated and thus tormenting you.
torment, but don't understand. I've been tormented a lot in my life. I'm quite used to it, believe me.
You don't say.
Shocking.
Okay, so we'll wrap the scene right here for tonight's session because we got some tired puppies, your dungeon master being one of them. So we'll conclude the scene right here, and then you can decide if you're going to stick around longer with Adabra or move on to your next adventure. So you have a note from her stating that she wishes to remain in her home. And with that, we'll wrap things up. So the camera goes dark. And let's do just some quick outros. Just tell us where we can find you and what you're up to these days. And we'll start with Shanalogic.
Well, let's see. I'm basically on Twitter, Instagram, and Discord, and I apologize for the train in the background. It is the Wednesday train. I'm also over on Cranio Dad's Twitch channel every Saturday with Wiley and Misery. And other than that, I'm just kind of floating around cyberspace, spreading a little weird gayness wherever I go.
All right, very well. Nice. How about Abby?
Well, my Twitter is down below, but I don't do anything of my own on there, so I'm basically just here every Wednesday and still looking for a job in these trying times. But until then, here I will stay.
All right. Glad to have you aboard, and man, I'm feeling that. I'm in the same boat. So yeah, very good. All right, and then Lulu, Rebecca.
Fuck, I'm tired. Okay. Rebecca. I'm not really active anywhere. I really want to drink right now.
Nice. It's been a stressful night for Lulu. Yeah, busy kobold. Last but not least, Ethan, Chris.
So I'm Chris. My Twitter is down below. On the Discord and Twitch, I'm at WikiVA. And I'm here every Wednesday.
Nice, yes.
Your waitress.
Hopefully we'll be back next Wednesday. Hopefully Ms. Misery will be back in one piece, and Sabrina's internet will be working, and the whole group will be here, and we'll see what happens now that they've successfully warned Adabra Gwyn of the impending danger of a white dragon rumored to be about in these parts. I'd like to thank the folks who followed and offered bits. So Shanalogic dropped 1,000 bits, and KY Hawkeye, Grills Bears subscribed, Fellowship of the Tables, a couple gift subscriptions. Thank you so much. A couple new followers, Ms. Misery throwing some bits. Thank you all very much. And again, bits, followers, and subscribers each earn advantage die for the party to use. So thank you all very much, and we'll use that funding to just make the channel better and hopefully bring you good gaming. So I'm Wiley Hobbit, also known as Scott. Thanks for hanging out, and you can see us again live Monday evening at 8 with the continuing story we are spinning with Zweihander. So having said all of that cool stuff, we are going to go ahead and log it out tonight, but I thank everybody for coming, and we'll see you all with this group in about a week. So everybody take it easy. Have a great week.